Hey everybody, and welcome back to Koi Pond Lifestyle. So what have we got on this week? As fast as the snow arrived, it disappeared. This is what it looked like when I was walking Bear, my dog, yesterday morning. Unreal. Today, zip. It's gone. It's just slush out there now. It's all heading away, which is good, because this was a pain in the bum. Falling all over the place, fell on the front yesterday morning. Wife goes, "You're going to be breaking something, you will." I know, I probably will, but didn't that time. So what else we got on? Right, so I'm going to be taking out my air discs today. Only out the pond though. I've decided, as last year, that I don't want to be blowing cold air from outside the pond into the water. I want to try to keep as much warmth in there as I can. I'm not heated, so that's just, what's it, whatever it is. So I've got to get them clean first. And both my airlines, as you can see, are very mucky. A lot of people soak these in, I think they soak them in Summit or other, I don't know. However you clean yours, comment below, because I just use an old paintbrush, dedicated to the pond, of course. Leave the air running, and then clean it in the water so it's blowing the muck off as I disturb it. Number 1, clean. Number 2, mucky. Number 2, clean. See, I'm going to put these back in storage now because, like I said, I don't want to be blowing cold air into my pond. Some people keep them on because maybe they don't have covers, so they just keep the pond from freezing because you're blowing a continual tube of air into the top of your pond to stop it freezing. I haven't got that, I've got the cover, so I don't need to do that. So yeah, these will both now go in storage as per plan, as per winter plan. Always got a plan. There's always something here to mess it up as well. Now the air itself now is still running in my filters, but I'm going to now reduce that, as I said 2 videos ago, to 12 hours a day. So overnight for 12 hours air will be blowing, through the day no air will be blowing. The night time I usually have, the garage is usually quite warm, so while that is blowing, that's actually blowing warm air into the filters. So I hear you saying, well, if it's blowing warm air into the filters, why isn't it blowing into the pond then? Because it's further away basically, and by the time the air has got from all the way from the garage down through the back, down the pond to here, it's cooled back down. So yeah, that's what it is. So these are going into storage until next year. Just looking at the fish, as I think you are. Can you see it from there? Yeah, they're all just sitting on the bottom. I don't think they're enjoying winter because they're not being fed and they're cold. But they've slowed right down now, they ain't coming up at all. Now they're just sitting on the bottom, floating around. Water quality is quite good, but again, I'm not feeding, there's no sun out, so it's going to be good. UV's off. My main pump, obviously I keep the main pump running and never ever turn that off. That's running 365 24/7, the main pump. So I'm continually recycling the water through my filter system. So yeah, fish have all disappeared up the other end now, so let's go on something else. Right, quick look at the filters, and my filter floss is obviously getting mucky still, which is good. It does a really good job, this filter floss. If any of you don't use this in your pond, cheap as chips. It's so cheap you can kind of use it as and when you need to. Chuck away the bits you don't need. It does a cracking little job. So out with the old. And in with the new. So how's my window insulation doing? Pretty good. Put it on the first day of the snow. I don't know. It seems to be holding temperatures now. I think temperatures is just over 7 degrees, about 7.5, nearly 8. So taking this back off again, because like I said, I only really need it when there's some major frosts on, because otherwise the fish are in complete, well, not complete darkness, because obviously I've got these covers that let a bit of light through, but you find that as soon as the covers go on, the fish spend more time at the window, because they're not looking up or wherever, they're looking through here. My upside down aquarium that I usually use over on the corner of the pond, took that off ages ago, so the fish are kind of missing out on places to come up and view, because my fish are used to coming out and looking through glass and looking at watching things happen. That's how I kind of see it. Look at that bee! Look at that! Is that bee then? Fucking see the size of that bee! Anyway, getting back to where we were before, I was attacked by that giant bee. Did you see it? I hope they got that on camera. But anyway, I thought it was coming back. While we're talking about upside aquariums, I've had some parts arrive. A young lad off Facebook Marketplace delivered one of the major bits of my new aquarium, upside down, viewing tower, whatever you want to call them. He delivered one of the first major parts to my upgraded, what should we call it? We'll call it the viewing penthouse. No, the viewing, I don't know. Anyway, comment below if you can think what I was going to call it. I don't know. But anyway, so the first bit's been delivered now. So I've now got to start engineering how things are going to start getting fitted. So that'll be one video that I'll just record throughout the winter, and then it'll all come to fruition, and then I'll sort of release the video once it's in, if it works, because it isn't going big, but who knows. So anyway, so yeah, moving on for that. So there you go. What else we got on? Right, I just remembered, I nearly forgot to tape off the ends of these airlines, because I'm going to leave them under the covers, and in case they fall in the drink, I don't want these things turning into a siphon. You know, it has been known where when your pump goes off, that your airlines turn into siphons and start emptying your pond. So if, for example, like we had a massive power cut the other night, I don't know, you got a lot went on. I mentioned him before and I mentioned him again. Alan, thanks for all your messages, mate. You keep them coming. He messaged me the other day. He didn't have power, I think he said for 2 days. No heating, no electricity. How ridiculous is that? So yeah, we lost power the other day. And if you do lose power and you've got your airlines connected and you haven't got the one-way valves, then potentially these little pipes could start siphoning your pond off. Look into it, it's true. It's not a lie, it's true. So I'm just going to get these taped off now, because like I said, I do leave them sort of, I don't put them in the water, but just in case they fall in and I have a power outage or cut of power, whatever you want to call it. Because the UK at the moment, I tell you what, it's you just never know what's happening with the weather in the UK at the moment. It's warm, then it's cold, it's warm, then it's cold. Like today, you took in, it's about 7 or 8 degrees today, whereas yesterday, lots colder. Ice, ice, baby. Just in the fun that some of the people had trying to drag the cars off this off our street yesterday morning. Pain in the bum. So anyway, so I'll tie these off. So there you go, all plugged off now. So these, if they fall in the water, if I lose power, they won't start draining the pond. Oh, and then somebody else, another reason why I have my my air pump above the pond, so that if that does happen and these do fall off or whatever the mistake is, or whatever, I don't know, that it's, with it being above the pond, it'll only siphon to the bottom, the lowest point. It won't siphon up and out. So I've always put my air pump above the pond, which is about right for here, because it's in the garage. So I'll get these wrapped up and tied up, and these are away in the bed for winter. There we go, all wrapped up, all wrapped away. Let's rock! Right, I'm kind of jumping around a little bit today because I've just got loads of little bits and pieces to catch up with now. The white stuff has decided to its tail. Brushes in multi-bay filters. I was looking at some of the black box filters that are handmade. I've seen some on other people's YouTube channels. So I'm just thinking about how my brushes are sitting vertically in the bays. Is there a different way we can do that? Eric filters, that's what they're called. Sorry, ding! Light bulb moment. Eric filters. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. A guy called Peter Waddington, I think, designed them. You'll see him on other people's YouTube channels that used to use them. I think there's somebody that used to use them, doesn't anymore. But anyway, I can't remember who that was. So, he did horizontal filters in a frame, but that was purpose-built into his designer filter. So I'm thinking, can I do the same here? Because I'm just looking at how my water is flowing and what is being caught where. Like that. Not like that. Like that. So, anybody else with multi-bay filters? I know Lou at French Connection. Is that how you say it, Lou? Connection. She has a similar multi-bay, so she has a similar multi-bay thing, and she's got verticals and not horizontal. So anyway, it's something I'm looking into at the moment, potentially designing and fitting something different into the multi-bay filter to see what happens. I don't want to mess around with the rest of it now, because the rest of it is pretty settled now, so I don't mess around too much. But I can mess around with the mechanical bit as much as I want, because it doesn't matter. I can mess around with this just so I can keep the water flows good, and I don't restrict water flow, and I don't impede the rest of the filter. So that's my next mission now, is to have a look at the vortex and the first brushes bay to see what else I can do with them. I tell you what I've noticed, I tell you, is when you run one of these YouTube channels, or you whatever you do with them, that I get to see when all my viewers are watching. So for example, if you're liking the bit, I get these peaks, and they go, oh, I like that, but then they don't like that bit. And then you get these long lines for, yeah, I'm watching, I'm interested still, and then pew, and other YouTubers on here, or PonTubers, whatever you want to call us, they'll see the same, I'm sure. Obviously I don't see theirs, but they'll have the same thing here, is that when I use the words, and on that bombshell, don't go yet, wait, is it you all, pew, it's like a shoom, it's like off the edge of a cliff. Everybody drops off. So hold on a minute. And on that bombshell, thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, ding the bell for notifications. This was Quip on Lifestyle. Let's see where that one goes.